tea.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Exotic.
Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not a bank machine, it's a fence.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat from outside this world.
Broken News.
Hello, welcome to episode 15 of Broken News, your weekly world news update with a twist. Episode 15, appropriately, is being recorded on the 15th anniversary of Rob and I's friendship. So, what did you get me?
Were we doing gifts? Oh,
Well,
sorry.
I just assumed that you might.
I don't know. I'm very sorry.
Well, you should be, because I've got you a few gifts in the form of pictures, but we'll have a look at those. We'll have a look at those towards the end.
Do you want to know what I've got you? I got you 15 long years of friendship.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not sure I'd describe that as a gift. More of a... it's been a bit of a chore, isn't it? But we got there.
Well.
We got there in the end. Never a crossword, apart from that one time we fell out. Don't you worry about that. What have you been up to?
Working like a madman. Honestly. I need a fucking sleep. And like I've said in nearly every episode, I've had the cold.
No.
It's coming up 3 years now.
I'm actually kind of sick of even asking you how you are at the start, because I'm going to get whinging. I've got a cold. I'm tired. I've been busy. I've been working. Many jobs.
I'll tell you what I did do. Oh, I've got 3 jobs. How many have you got?
Well, I've also got 3 jobs.
Is one a blowjob?
Somebody's read the show notes. I've got 3 jobs. I've got one that puts money into my bank account. I've got one that takes money out of my bank account, which is being a dad. And then I've got a third one, which I do for absolutely nothing, which is act like a total arsehole. So, yeah, I also know how it feels to be busy. Tell you what, I was stressing again this morning trying to come up with content. I can't wait till we can just get the AI to write the show for us.
Fucking hell, it'd be good if it could talk for us as well and make us a wee bit better fucking looking.
I don't know if the technology exists for that yet.
Watch out.
Maybe in future years. What do you do when you're busy? How do you get everything done, or you just scrap stuff? What do you do to make sure you get
I'll be honest with you, man. This is how busy I am. I'm that busy that I can't keep everything in my brain to do and like make a mental tick list. So you should see the state in my phone. Right, I'm going to show you this is just my notes list, right? I didn't really want you to. I don't know if you can see them, but it goes off. Look at this, on and on and on. Right,
you've got issues.
I know, but I don't know if you can remember this, right? 2009, right? Actually, 2010, 11, and 12.
2000 now.
2000 now. Can you remember to remember stuff, like to remember myself stuff to do? I used to carry fucking post-its. And then I'd carry a post-it about the post-it I was to look at. And then the post-it that was remind me to look at the original post-it, I had a post-it to remind me to look at that one. Honestly, I just had post-its hanging out my fucking pockets.
I've never like, I mean, obviously lots of people use post-it notes. Great idea, great invention. What a fucking invention, by the way.
Love a post-it.
Seriously, great invention. But I've never heard of anyone else that actually carries them about.
I think unheard of. Like, I'm majorly on the spectrum. Like, I'm fucked.
Majorly. I think that's why we mesh so well.
Because we're equally fucked.
I think so. There's a new thing on Netflix I've seen. I think it's about dating when you're on the spectrum. And I think
that's what it's called, isn't it? Dating on the spectrum, I think.
Well, that would be if that's what it's called, it's a good name.
It is what it's called.
Aye. Well, perfect.
Love on the spectrum.
Love on the spectrum, that's what it is. Aye. So maybe I should be on season 2. Don't know.
Aye.
Speaking of love, how was your Valentine's Day? What did you do with that hour?
So you're not going to believe this, right? I get home from work. She tells me smart casual, right? So I'm like, what is smart casual to you? And she was just like, my shirt, shoes, and I was like, that's pretty smart, is it not? So anyway, I cracked on the shirt, the shoes, blah blah blah, and then she gets an Uber. We hop in it. We still don't know. Well, I still don't know where I'm going. We show up at a cathedral. A fucking cathedral, right? And I'm like, oh my god,
panicking that you were getting.
I'm getting sacrificed. But no, walk in, and the woman that was showing us to our seats says, "Do you like Queen?" And I was like, "Fucking yes!" So it was something a bit out of the norm for me. It was a string quartet playing all the Queen hits by candlelight. It was fucking unbelievable.
That does sound good. What
might have had a wee tear.
Do you like Queen? Nah, I hate Queen. That's why I'm here.
I laid her out.
To the catalogue on a string quartet. Do you think anyone's came that doesn't like Queen?
I
To
know.
heckle.
I know. Do you like Queen? No, I'm more a Def Leppard man.
I fucking hate Brian May. Stupid
I know.
ear cunt. Oh,
How dare you?
I like Brian May. I actually really like him. He seems like the nicest guy ever, but I was just saying that for effect to add to your story. Well, that sounds like you had a lovely Valentine's Day. That was
Did
actually
you-
thoughtful as well.
Oh, was I? So, if you're watching or listening, Christy, thank you very much. It was very much appreciated. And next year, I will do something equally as important for you, like a
Next
takeaway.
year.
No, probably.
Aye.
What about you, man? What did you find love online? Or?
What do you think? No, I didn't. I did join Tinder. Just for the purposes of the podcast, I joined Tinder because,
Of course.
I mean, it's an absolute.
I mean, if you meet somebody, it's a
Cesspit.
bonus, obviously.
I won't meet someone in there. It's a cesspit. I lasted about 2 days. I've came off it again. But I actually have got an observation, and if there are any women that listen to this that are on Tinder or other dating sites, I can tell you why you're single, and it is your personality. So it is you. I'm going to read you. I've got 2 examples here. Now, obviously, sweeping generalisation. I'm not speaking about every woman that's on a dating site, but there's a certain type that I've identified. They're not my type, but let me give you an example of a real Tinder bio that I saw during my last 2 days on there. These are 100% real. What you see is what you get. Why match if you're not going to reply to messages? Some people, I can't even read this.
Fucking hell.
Some people on this are so far up their own arses, it's unbelievable. We're all here for the same. Manners cost nothing. At least have the decency to say you're not my type. I just want a nice guy to have cuddles with. Is that too much to ask? I'm the one with the glasses on. That's it.
Oh my! So is this all before you've says hi to her?
No, this is what you see. So when you...
This is
when
their bio.
It shows you someone, like their picture, and then underneath
Right.
it's got like, you can write some information about yourself, and that's what a woman has
All
chosen to
right.
write.
This is their introduction. This is their selling
Aye.
point.
Exactly. So like at the start of the podcast, when I say welcome to Broken News, blah, 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 that is their intro. That's their first impression. And I always try and I sort of think about it in my head, and I imagine that instead of an online date, it's a real date. And I've turned up on a blind date to meet this person, and that's what they've said. Like, can you imagine if that was a scenario?
Yep.
I've got another one.
Put off.
Oh, I know, dreadful. So number 2, the other one I've got is, I'm a single parent to 2 kids who are my world. Fine, good start, great. My pet hate is rude and arrogant people. If we match,
That's it.
talk, or it's pointless. P.S. If distance is an issue, then swipe on by. I'm sick of hearing that you can't meet due to distance and it's never going to work. No one's willing to try anything these days. Too many catfish on this. It's pathetic. Please don't waste my time by matching with me and then never talk.
Oh my God. She's fucking aggressive.
I know. Went on Tinder and got a telling off. That was it.
Okay, now.
So yeah, honestly, man, it's just like there's some people on there that just need to reevaluate the way that they present themselves. I think would be fair to say.
That's comedy gold, though. We went for dinner once, and you says you came across somebody. Actually, you did show me at the time, and I can't remember specifically what it was, but it was something like it was as dumb as, look, if you don't like me, fuck off. Or something.
I've seen that. I've seen that before. Yeah, it was literally. I remember exactly what it was. All in capital letters. I am me, and if you don't like that, you can fuck off.
That was it. That was it. That is
Honestly.
comedy gold. Oh, just off the
Unbelievable.
back of this, man. Just off the back of this, seen something phenomenal on Netflix. I think it might be in the top 10, or it may just be out the now.
Yeah.
But it's called Lover, Stalker, Killer. Oh my fucking God. It is unbelievable. The twists that are in it. It's true. It's a documentary, and it's about a guy. He went on, it was 2009. Great year. He went on what was it
Wasn't
called?
us, was it?
Plenty of Fish? No, definitely wasn't us. In America. Plenty of Fish he was on. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to go any further, but anybody that's listening to this, go watch it. It's fucking great.
Well,
And it'll put you off online dating.
They'll be grateful that they'll get 7 viewers if everybody that listens to the podcast.
You're welcome.
I'm only kidding. Yeah, so just to round off the Tinder thing, I saw my next door neighbour on there. which was
Right.
quite a surprise because I was under the impression she had a long-term partner. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, who knows. And I also saw the learning assistant at my daughter's school. I didn't know that she had a thigh tattoo, but I do now. And I'll never be able to look her in the eye again. Mind you, I never could. She's about 6'4", but yeah, just really interesting. So that was fun. By the way, what the fuck were you holding at the start of this podcast? I don't know why I didn't ask you at the time.
Oh. It's very strange, right? So it was my birthday in November, right? And
Yep.
Christy got me this Ancestry DNA kit, and I've always wanted one. I'm really interested in it. But because I've had the cold for about 3 million years, I've not wanted to do the swab because you have to give them a sample. So I've not wanted to do that. But it ties in perfectly with a story I've got for you. Right,
Perfect.
so your friend and my friend, Mr. Kevin Bacon, hero of mine, Mr. Footloose himself.
Absolutely. We're close.
So the headline there that I seen was Kevin Bacon found out he's married to his cousin, right?
Oh.
And I'll be honest, right? It's something that has like played in my mind. See, when you're very similar to someone, and I know you find similarities in everybody, but when you're really similar to someone, it does cross your mind. You're like, fuck, are we related? But so I'll tell you what was said. So Kevin Bacon left baffled after taking DNA test. Right, so he says that finding out that you're related is bad enough, right? But finding out you've been balls deep in them is a different
that's
story.
not what he said. Is that a quote?
No, I says that.
I don't think. Let's just make it clear that he didn't say that. I don't want to get sued by libel this early on. At least
He might have said that. He might have said. No, he never. Right.
He might have. Yeah.
I mean, he would have been thinking that, but imagine it's rancid. Just imagine hearing that, right?
How close is it cousin? You said
cousin. They're cousins, but they never really went into depth about like how close the cousin is, third, fourth, fifth, or first, or whatever the fuck it is. Surely they're no first cousins. They'd know.
Nah, you'd have to know, wouldn't you?
But like I says, me and Christy, we've says that surely we are related in some way. We're equally as mental, right?
Yeah.
So
explanation.
It's all an explanation. So I've got this, and like we've often thought, what if? What do we do? Do we break up, or do we just not tell anybody? And I was like, well, the damage is done now. So
I know. I mean,
it can't get any
all
worse.
all the crimes have already been committed, haven't they?
It's just as well we're not having any kids because it'll come out with an eye in their arse.
Aye. Oh, I know. Definitely.
That's
Inbred. Aye. Who is his wife? I don't even know who she is. Is she famous too?
I think so. I think so.
He's got better wage, Kevin Bacon, hasn't he? He looks great these days.
Oh, he's great. I loved him in Footloose.
Do you know what's mad? Is that that thing 6 degrees of separation, and everybody
really
is like 6 degrees away from Kevin Bacon. Well, Kevin Bacon's found out he's fucking only, it sounds like maybe 2 or 3 degrees away from his own wife, which is that's brutal, eh?
Fucking hell.
Man,
so what? We're all some way related to Genghis Khan because he was a mad shagger and rapist. Apparently.
He was just pillaged like the whole of Europe, didn't he? More or less.
Oh, he was at everything. What would you do, right? What would you do if you were in the situation that he's in, but you found out like it was a close relative that's just slipped by and you never knew? What would you do?
I'd say I am me, and if you don't like it, you can fuck off.
Fuck off.
That's I'd say.
Brilliant.
I mean, how close is the relative?
Well, second cousin.
Second cousin would be
your mum's
I'm
cousin.
just trying to work out what a second cousin is. My mum's cousin.
No, your mum's cousin's daughter. Would that make it your second cousin?
I don't. Fuck those. No, wouldn't that be a niece or a nephew? But a second.
No.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm confused.
No, your
no,
mum's
I wouldn't.
cousin's daughter.
Why am I taking so long to think about this? No, I would not. I think that's the right answer, isn't it? Like 10 minutes later, once I've analysed the family tree.
I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you once I've found out what's going on with this. And the good thing is, like, my dad works at the Scottish Archives office, and he's paid somebody in there to trace, like, him back as far as it goes, family, passports, documents, and everything like that. So he's got me a copy of that. And between this and that, hopefully we find out that I'm related to some sort of fucking king.
We'll finally have an explanation, eh?
I'll finally have some fucking money.
We finally figured out where he came from. And
Somebody's
it's
owe me
Mars.
pocket money.
Aye, 100%.
Yeah.
Bastards, eh? Absolute bastards. So, well, that's interesting. You need to, we'll need to discuss the results on the show and see. So, does that tell you like your like 10%? Does it tell you all your, what's it called, your heritage and stuff as well, like where you're from and things
Basically,
like that? Yeah.
gives you like a tree. Her dad got one, and I remember that you can go contact people like on Facebook, go look for them and stuff, and you can.
Aye.
But I don't know how weird it would be saying, "Hi, we're related." I'm pretty sure you get blocked instantly. But
It's a weird.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, well, it depends, eh? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, well, we need to analyse that. And what are you going to do if you are related to Christy? How close a relative would? Where's your line? Second cousin, third cousin?
I'm past caring now. She's my fucking sister. It doesn't matter. Sorry, what?
Moving swiftly on. Well, from one potentially ruined relationship to another, a vengeful Airbnb host took a security photo of a married guest this week in America and is now being sued because she tried to get money from the guy because he was up to no good with another woman, and the Airbnb host actually emailed it to his wife, which was a bit of a dick move, to be honest.
Really?
So, Sean Mackey from Mississippi is suing Airbnb and superhost Pamela, let's just say Fowler, because I don't know how to pronounce it, accusing them of invading his privacy, inflicting emotional distress on him, and causing damage to his marriage. So I'm going to show you the security footage. Well, not the footage. I've got a picture here. Got the picture of him.
I was going to say, how the fuck have you got the footage?
Well, I've got a still image from of him being a dirty dog. Oh, there he is. So entering the property with a mystery woman.
Wow.
So basically, there's a lot more to the story, but essentially, the reason that the host is doing this is that he ended up having a party in the Airbnb. And she had something in her terms and conditions that said there was like a maximum amount of guests or something like that. So she was texting him back and forward like during the night because they've got cameras and she could see that it was all kicking off. And long story short, she said, she sent him a text, and I've got the text here. It says, "Hello, Sean, I hope you're well." So passive aggressive already. "Sorry it took so long to get the photos you requested together to show your stay at our home." He'd asked for pictures of how they left the place.
Aye.
"Photo at 3:16 a.m. is especially notable. Should I forward the photos and videos to your wife Teresa, or will you?" Fucking arsehole, eh? Terrible.
Wow. This is how she makes her money. People like them going on like bloody dirty weekends.
A guy is just trying to innocently cheat on his wife, and
give him a break.
It's dreadfully. So she sent him a bill through Airbnb after that, almost $1,000 in extra fees and charges, which he refused to pay. So now he's raised a lawsuit against her for extortion. So she set up a fake email account.
Bribing him,
she set up a fake email account with a sexually suggestive username. So it's Sean69 at outlook.com. I mean, it's not that suggestive, maybe a wee bit. And then she used that to send an email to the wife with the subject line, "nice bag." I don't even know what that means. Is the woman holding a bag in that picture? Can't really see.
No, he is though. He is.
Oh,
he's holding a backpack.
How can you see that? Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yeah, you'd see a backpack from a mile off, though, wouldn't you?
I love a backpack.
Good connoisseur. So that was that. Fucking hell, Sean. Sorry for his life must be a nightmare right now, eh?
Oh, I'd be trying to pick up the pieces, but...
Oh,
well, if you make your bed, you need to lie in it, Shawnee boy, unfortunately.
Sean, dirty dog.
So she's extorting him. That's... I mean, she has went quite dirty about it, but talking about money,
I think that's
talking about money. I've got a wee story for you. So, a US man, So so US man wins lottery, then told he hasn't actually won in it. It's a quote mistake, right? A mistake, right? Let me tell you this. So, a US man who thought he had won $340 million, which is £270 million on a lottery ticket, is suing the organisers and the website which published his numbers by mistake. So John Cheeks, right? I thought that was a fake name. I thought this was
has to be
a big fat cheek bastard, but he's not. John Cheeks alleged he saw his numbers in the DC lottery website after buying a ticket for the Powerball draw on the day before, when the live draw was done. That he didn't see. That wasn't his numbers, but he went on the day after, and he went on the website. And the winning numbers, or supposedly winning numbers, were published there. So the guy, whoever updates the website, has obviously done the coding wrong, and put in the wrong
Right.
numbers.
To put the wrong
So
numbers on the site. Fuck.
So he got super excited. He also took a picture of them on the screen. When they were up just to send his mates, like super excited, saying, "I've won the fucking lottery! I've won the lottery!" So he goes into his local bloody store, hands over the ticket. They put it through the machine and says, "You might as well put that in the bin. It's not a winner." He was like,
Aye.
"Run it again. It is. Look." And they show them the picture of the like the actual winning numbers and says, "Look, the match." And they're going, "Well, you better phone them or something like that." But anyway, it turns out that's what's happened. The guy that was updating the website had fucked up. So now he's trying to sue the lottery and the website.
That's dreadfully. You'd think he
Wrong.
might maybe get something. Do you think he'll get anything?
Well, I was thinking it would be a hell of a lot easy for them after the fees and bloody everything. He's going to get something, and it's going to be in the millions now because that's a big loss. If nobody won it or nobody won the jackpot, they should just give them the pot that was left. Just say, okay, there you go, boom, and that's it done. And it would save a lot of bother.
What's he suing them for? Like emotional damage.
Yeah,
That'd be
and like 3 other different things. There was 3 other things. I mean, quite rightly, he's going to win. He's going to win.
He'll not get 340 million, but he'll get something.
He'll get a couple of million at least.
I found his pick. He looks like he's got a few bob already. To be fair, that's quite a swish hat.
That's a nice fedora.
Yes. John Cheeks. When I was getting the picture, I'm like, nah, there's no way.
No.
That can't be his name.
John Cheeks.
Sure enough.
No.
Well,
Nah.
good luck, John. Good luck.
Yep.
I've got everything crossed for him. We'll maybe get an update on that next week. Have you seen these new Domino's cookies with the cream eggs?
Oh my god! I seen a picture. I
seen
think they only came out last week.
I think they launched it at the end of last week. I think.
Is it going to be a staple or is it just a limited edition thing?
I think it's like limited for a sort of. We're heading into like Easter now, aren't we? I think it's like an Easter thing. I suppose like limited edition. There's a wee picture of them. There.
Oh my god!
It does look pretty good. I don't really like cream eggs that much, but probably try one. The quote
What's it covered in?
from. How do you mean?
What is
It's a
that?
cookie.
Is it
That's just the.
Oh, it's biscuit.
That's just the.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a biscuit. It's literally a. So they're not flat. They're round because the cream egg inside them is like it's whole.
Oh, that looks phenomenal.
So per cookie, 377 calories, 65% sugar. To be honest, I actually thought it'd be more than 65% sugar.
I thought it'd be pure sugar.
No, exactly.
Okay,
But there's been, they've caused a bit of outrage, these cookies. The former health minister, Lord Bethel, has been on Twitter going mental about them. He said that this is disgusting. These are serious corporate food companies. What are they thinking? The executive team, the board, and the shareholders should be ashamed of themselves, apparently. Just because they're so unhealthy.
So's a canny monster.
And-
Fuck you, monster. Fuck you,
Is it?
monster.
Fuck. No. Only 12 calories. And it's just all the chemicals are all fine.
I'm
When
talking about the
did you
sugar
ever-
ones.
No, when did you ever hear of a chemical doing any damage to a human being? Don't be
Every
daft.
day.
Don't be daft.
And that's why I drink chlorine.
Right, Donald.
Fucking hell.
And then I read an article that there was a guy. I'm not really mentioning this because it's got much to do with the story, but the guy's face just annoyed me. I'll be honest with you, right? So there's a guy at the Telegraph newspaper wrote an article about them. Just basically, they ordered some, reviewed them. That's it.
Mhm.
But I just get super, super mad, and maybe that says more about me than it does about this guy here. But I get super mad when I hear about the things that people get paid money to do, and then when I see this guy's face, I just get madder.
Oh,
Like,
punchable.
I just, why do you think I hate him? I don't know why I hate him so much. He's probably fine. Nah, he's probably not. He looks like a dick, doesn't he?
I think that he eats celery while camping in the wilderness.
He loves quinoa. I'm sure he does.
Oh, fuck, aye. He's never tasted one of them in his life.
I wonder what his ancestry is like. 90% cunt, 10% prick.
Aye. Killer, paedophile, killer.
Nah,
Yeah, we'll cut that out.
all of it.
Well, I'm still going to try one, regardless of the
You can
calorie
try
count. Well, I'll probably try to.
Yeah, I think you should try to.
I will try
Maybe
to.
get a wee review.
And-
we'll review them.
And
next week.
what do if nobody's tried this? When next time he's come to Edinburgh, I'd advise coming during the Christmas market because it's phenomenal. But go to any chippy and get a battered Mars bar. right? If you're going to go out,
That's nice.
go in style.
Absolutely.
Just a one heart attack guaranteed.
I used to work in at a function room on a bar, and there was a wedding one night, and they had deep fried Mars bars, but like just little chunks of it. It was like their starter, I think, or maybe I don't know what it was. It was there anyway. And honestly, a guy said to me, like, if you want to get a wee bit of food, there's plenty. And I must eat about 15, 16 pieces of this stuff. Like, I wasn't expecting. I'd never had it before. It's delicious.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
It's best to get it when it's absolutely burning as well. Just, oh, God, the melt in the mouth. It's phenomenal.
Aye. A man has admitted trying to smuggle 3 pythons across the US-Canadian border by concealing them in his trousers. And no, it was not this man.
Look at those pythons. Fucking love
well,
him,
let me tell you something, brother. Do you remember when we used to get stopped at the English border every time we went on tour for smuggling pythons?
Oh, God. I still get that now. Fucking hell.
But believe it or not, this is a real story. So Calvin Bautista, Hulk Hogan,
another wrestler.
Could be. He'd hidden the snakes in bags and tied them to the drawstring of his trousers before boarding a bus from Montreal to New York City in July 2018. So it's taken like 6 years for this to come to court.
That's bananas.
On Wednesday, he admitted attempting to smuggle the snakes into the country. Got sentenced to a year of probation and a $5,000 fine. Batista's not the only smuggler, though, who's sought to sneak animals across a border by concealing them in their undergarments. So back in December, security at a Bangkok detained a 22-year-old Taiwanese citizen after noticing a conspicuous bulge beneath his waistband. Subsequent body scans uncovered 2 small-clawed otters and a prairie dog hidden in his trousers.
What? How big were his fucking trousers?
I know. How small was his dick? Is he fitting all that in there? Do you want to talk about your satellite?
What the fuck was that? Yeah,
I don't even know why that was funny. I was just laughing at your laugh.
Fuck it. Right. I've got one for you, right? And this is a bit interstellar. Right. So an out of control satellite hurtling towards Earth to hit atmosphere on Wednesday morning. So be sure to look up. So almost 30 years after it was launched, the satellite known as ERS-2 is expected to break up into pieces. I know, fucking I thought it was a nice name too. So it's going to break up into pieces. It's going to re-enter on Wednesday morning. So, I'm hoping it's going to be somewhere around about here, because if we find a wee piece, we can maybe chuck it on eBay, maybe make some coin.
I'm sure there would be a huge market of people wanting to buy that. That'd be pretty cool, though. So where is it going to land? Do they know? Where's it going to crash? Well, I probably have no idea.
They never mentioned in the article that I read. They never mentioned, but I'm sure the closer it gets, they'll find it'll get more accurate. But so it's flying through space now, and it's obviously going to burn up into wee pieces and stuff when it comes through the atmosphere. So keep your eyes shut, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. In case it lands in your mouth.
No, just in general.
I love all the advice we give out on this show.
I know.
Oh, I meant to ask you. You were out at your mum's on Sunday, weren't you? Did you find any porn in bushes when you were back at your old stomping ground? Or?
No. Not porn. Honestly, I think out there it's up and coming now. So it's not as smutty as it once was in the early 90s.
Shipped all the porn out of the bushes, moved it somewhere else.
They've moved it to Gore Bridge. So
that's understandable, to be fair. I don't think they've even got electricity in Gore Bridge yet, have they? Fucking hell. Well, let me tell you, I read something earlier that blew my mind. So the title of this is Women. It's not going to say as man, does it? Woman comes back to life in hearse on her way to her own cremation. So an Indian woman who was thought to be dead woke up again moments before she was about to be cremated. Buji Amma, 52, from Berhampur, India, was severely burned in a fire in her home on the 1st of February. She was taken to hospital with burns covering half her body, and she returned home where she remained in a bad state. A few days later, she didn't open her eyes because the family were unable to get her to another hospital due to poor finances, so they couldn't even afford to get her, I suppose, back to hospital. So her husband believed she had died and arranged for her to be taken to the cremation ground in a hearse.
Did he? Fuck, he was just like, let's just pronounce this cunt dead because I've not got a penny.
I know.
And she's no staying in here looking like that.
When it said believed, what I really read was hoped.
Aye.
Like,
Oh, fuck, aye.
fingers crossed. It's like 52. She could live for another 20 years, burnt to fuck, and
fuck
can't
that.
open her eyes.
Aye. Freddy
I didn't
Krueger's
sign
out
up
of
for
here.
this.
Aye.
Exactly.
Fucking hell.
So
No, I get where he's coming from.
aye, 100%. You wouldn't want to be lumbered with that, would you? He told
No
the
chance.
Indian Times, he's implicating other people. We thought she was dead. He thought.
Aye.
We thought she was dead and informed others in the locality to arrange a hearse van to carry the body to the cremation ground.
Is that what they call them there? The hearse van?
The hearse van, aye, apparently. So I did some research here because I would have thought you'd need a death certificate before you could like legally kind of like bury somebody. But in India, you don't need a death certificate.
He wrote it on a
Take your word
post-it.
for it. Aye, exactly. Filled it out of his pocket. Check if wife is alive. No, she's dead. Right.
She's dead. There
Call
we go.
hearse van.
Aye.
Aye.
Death I was going to say birth certificate, but fucking hell. Aye, that's madness. Fucking death certificate on a fucking post-it note. Out the door, Freddie. Do not come back here. Fucking nightmare in Punjab Street.
I know. Imagine being the driver of the hearse though as well, because I mean, the women probably didn't just wake up and go, "Oh, where am I?" She probably woke up
I know.
fucking terrified, like in a coffin. I'm assuming. Be
And
scary as
burnt to
fuck.
fuck still.
I imagine the husband's face though when she fucking reanimated and came back. I bet it was-
Oh, it's so
bet it
good
was
to
really-
see you.
Oh, I've been overcome with grief.
I know. Fucking hell, man. That would be wrong. So
I know.
she'll be dead soon. Just keep your eyes in the paper. He'll have her down a set of stairs soon.
Aye, that guy should be on some sort of watch list, I'd say.
Definitely.
100%.
Fuck it.
Have you seen Donald Trump's entered the fashion world? Have you seen this?
No, but I did see
No.
that did he not get found guilty? Everything he's having to pay like
No.
quite a bit back.
He's guilty of many things. Yeah, I think the two things are related actually. So he was
Oh.
fined $350 million for this will not surprise you, but basically for lying. Shock horror.
Donald lying. No.
Did you think Donald had told a lie? Nah?
No.
So he'd been lying about his basically about his finances. He'd been saying that he had more money than what he had to get loans and stuff for businesses. So got fined $350 million. But he's launched a new sneaker, and I'm going to show you
Alright.
these here. I think when you see the picture, you'll agree that he was clearly closely involved in the design process, and it's exactly the sort of thing you'd expect to see Donald Trump wearing. So here you go. There he is.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. You get Jay-Z would wear them, and what's his name? Kanye. Kanye would have them on
Aye.
straight away. But they
Exactly. I know.
They are Trump all over.
They are. So
has
how
he
much?
put a T on it? He's put a fucking
Yeah,
T
there's
on
a
it.
T on the
for
side.
Trump.
Yeah. How much?
Oh.
How much do you think they cost?
I'm going to say, just because it's him, it's going to be something eccentric. I am going to say $1,000.
You do this to me. Weekend.
If I went too high again, right.
I like it when you go over the top. It's funny. It's becoming like a segment of its own. But yeah, they're $399. And it's weird that he's chosen to launch these just one day after receiving an enormous fine, isn't it? Like, very strange. But he said he's wanted to do this for a long time, as he unveiled what he called the first official Trump footwear at a sneaker convention in Philadelphia. The shoes, which are shiny and gold, if you're not watching this and you can't see the picture, we've got an American flag detail in the back. They're being sold under the name Never Surrender High Tops for $399.
So
on a new
American.
website. I know, which also sells Trump-branded Victory 47 cologne and perfume for $99 a bottle. The name Victory 47 comes from the fact that he would be the 47th president if he got elected again. The judge who ruled on his court case has banned him from serving as a director of any New York corporation for 3 years due to his lies. The judge said of Trump and his co-defendants, who were his sons, their complete lack of contrition and remorse borders on pathological.
Fucking
Classic
hell.
Donald there, really.
Classic, aye. So is it 3 years? For some reason, I thought it was 2 years, I heard. So it's 3 years he's not allowed to do anything. Zero
Said
business.
3, but he'll find These people are above the law. He'll find a way around it, I'm sure.
He'll pay somebody to do something for him, and he'll all of a sudden
Exactly,
be back
yeah,
on top.
he does. He does, aye, he does. Well, that's the news from the world this week, but the biggest news, 15 years of friendship, as we mentioned at the start of the show, the amount of nonsense we've got up to and been through over the years is nothing short of miraculous that we still are both alive, never mind friends. And I thought if people could see our text threads, we'd probably both be in jail. I thought just to sort of introduce the segment, we're going to talk about some memories and stuff in a moment, but I thought I would look back and see what the news headlines were in February 2009 when we met, see if you can remember any of this stuff or tell me your thoughts on it. But the first headline I found was Taylor Swift, the next big thing, ? How would you say she's done?
Taylor who?
Nah, nobody.
I've never heard of this broad. No, she's phenomenal, man. What a businesswoman. She's she's on top of the world, and untouchable. Don't know how long it's going to last, but right now there's nothing bigger. Nothing bigger.
She's huge. Eh?
Well done.
Her fan base is like so into her. Eh? Like they're mad for her, like proper.
Similar way, Lady
it's
Gaga.
Probably like the
she's got
Beatles.
them
Eh?
as well.
It's like the Beatles, something like that.
For a new generation now.
So the next one, £2 trillion, the terrifying total of our national debt. What do you think the national debt is now?
Fucking
More or less,
5
higher or
trillion.
lower?
5 trillion.
What a surprise!
I went too high again.
It's the standard. It's £2.5 trillion. So we've done a good job of increasing the national debt by £500 million. I think that's
Fucking
what a
hell,
trillion
well
is.
done
Is
to
that
us.
right? No, 500 billion. That doesn't even sound like a real number, does it?
No, fucking hell.
Like
But,
a real number.
yeah.
So that's went well. Thank you, Boris and David.
Thank you, COVID.
and Teresa and fucking everybody else. Next one, Ryanair launches Europe's first in-flight mobile phone service, allowing you to make phone calls and send texts from your seat using your own phone. So
I was doing it anyway.
thank you. How good was the signal at 30,000 there? Mine too quickly. You used to be able to send a wee picture message.
Instant.
Flying.
Quickest dick
Straight
pic
to
you've
the
ever
Sally,
seen.
eh? And the last serious headline I've got a couple of funny ones, but the last serious one was new Nintendo console launches with music player, camera, and online gaming ability. So that was the Nintendo
the Wii.
DSi.
Oh, was it
No,
the DS?
It was DSi. Yeah, I think it was before the Wii. I
Oh, the
think.
DSi, the handheld. Sorry, aye.
Yeah, the handheld.
Right enough.
So it still always makes me laugh when they're like, oh, "It's got a music player and a camera." Fuck.
Oh my
I
god.
know.
I know.
And then a couple of funny ones, which if we were doing this podcast 15 years ago, I can guarantee you we would have been speaking about both of these ones. So the first one is crack cocaine teacher who fell asleep in lessons allowed to keep job. That doesn't happen now, does it? He's fucked now.
No. Oh fuck! If that happened now,
He'd be gone.
bloody hell. Oh, aye.
So
That's phenomenal.
he's literally got a crack cocaine habit and he's fallen asleep during classes and he doesn't get sacked.
Mental.
He must have
Sounds
some
like a comedy
serious
sketch.
shit on his employer, eh?
Aye,
He
mate.
must know something.
Fucking hell.
Another one is
Fucking hell.
£62,500 payout for gay airport guard after female colleague wobbled her breasts at him. Not really sure why.
You definitely wouldn't get that now.
Sacked
It's a
again.
different world.
Nobody's ever
different
wobbled
world
their
now.
breasts at me at work. I'd pay 62.5 grand.
Oh, aye. It'd have to be a good set of knockers.
Aye, we've got to be decent. Right, give me your memories of 2009 and beyond.
Right, so like I can't
Sound
tell
too
half of them.
enthusiastic, eh? Fuck's sake.
I know. No, it's just because there's so many that I'd love to tell the world, but I cannot. Mainly because
You will
they're
not.
fucking shocking.
Dreadful.
And I just will not. But so I'll never forget this memory. Right, it's nothing crazy, but we were doing our first tour. Right, it was snowing, it was fucking freezing. We never had 2 pence to rub together. We had finished the gig. I don't know what the rest of the band were doing. They were probably following behind us while we were away talking to each other on the Spectrum, just running about the fucking streets in the snow wherever we were playing.
Tism twins.
I know. So we're walking ahead, and because we never had any money, we were starving, and we did see someone's leftover chips on a wall. I'm telling the world, on a wall.
Oh.
God knows how long they were there. I mean, they were frozen. There was fucking snow on them and everything, but I could still taste the brown sauce. It was lovely. But we did sit down, and we shared those chips, and they were great.
It was a lovely moment. Heartwarming.
It was, though. It was.
And we were fucking
That's,
skinny back then. We were so pure.
Yep.
So pure.
I honestly think that was maybe gig number 4, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
We had just started.
Yeah, it was the first time we went to England, and we were so far away from home, and just like skin.
Yep.
In fact, I know exactly where that was. That was in Guildford.
Guildford.
We went down to play a gig for a guy that later turned out. Can I say this? Yeah, I can. It's true. It's factual.
You can say it.
The promoter turned out to be a sex pest, and he's in prison now for molesting teenage boys. So we can't really say anything else about that. But let's move on.
That's one of the ones that I've just eradicated from my brain. That one, fucking hell.
Well, sorry, it's back.
What have you got? Have you got any stories?
No, I don't have a story. Well, I don't have a particular story, but I thought it would be fun to look at some old pictures of us, and I think it's safe to say we've both aged very well. So this right here, look at those gentlemen.
Oh my god, that was gig number 1.
That is our first ever gig.
Me thinking that guitar's wearing you.
I know, I loved that guitar. Loved it.
So heavy.
It was very heavy, wasn't it? Me thinking I'm Billy Joe Armstrong.
Am I wearing a black waistcoat? And I've got red in my fringe. Oh my god!
There's see, as we go through these, there's so many like questionable fashion choices. It's actually unreal, man.
Look at my mic stand. It looks like Willy Wonka made it for me.
You made it for you. It's pretty much the same thing.
Fucking hell!
It's like stripy. But was that tape? I think you used tape to make that. Didn't
tape,
you?
Aye. I remember actually putting it together. That's crazy.
Who told us the pink was a good idea? Because it was definitely me, but can we blame it on somebody else? It wasn't somebody else. Look at me wearing ear defenders as well. Where did I think I was playing? Wembley?
I know, fucking hell.
That's a joke, innit? Fucking embarrassing. Right, next one. That was one of our first nights out.
What's that?
At the Hive.
Look
how young. I don't know.
I look like I've got AIDS, like full blown AIDS.
I think it's safe to say the fashion choices there from both of us are no the best, are they?
Nah, it's shocking.
Let's quickly move on from that one.
Fucking hell. I want to kill myself.
So bad. I'm just so happy I grew a beard. That's all I can tell you. Here's us that was the first time we played in London.
I'll tell you what, I remember that well. That was a phenomenal night. That place was bouncing. That was the first taste we got at a place that was sold out, and the queue was fucking all over the shop outside. We spoke to 1,000 people, and it was phenomenal. I loved that night. I mean, that was one of our best. That was great. Like in all seriousness, like that was definitely one of the best nights we had playing music. It was so good. We went 5 of us to London in a Vauxhall Corsa with like all our guitars and stuff. Like me, you, and would it have been Stephen? Would have been our drummer at the time. Yeah, Stephen, the 3 of us, like in the back seat with all this gear. Like we couldn't even get out. Remember, we stopped at the services, and the other 2 had to get out and basically like unload half the car so we could even get out of it. Like, my God. Just to get out of the vehicle. I was using a bass amp as a pillow. And by the way, for anybody listening, when Dan says gear, he doesn't mean cocaine.
No,
he means musical equipment.
Yeah, musical equipment, yeah. But I know we were buried under all the gear.
We're not that kind of band.
No, definitely not. But yeah, what a night that was. That was an absolute cracker of a night. Next one, I've got a picture of you singing next to some fat lesbian. I don't know who that is, but it can't be me.
Why do I look like fucking Michael Jackson? I do.
Why do I look like a fat gay lesbian? A gay lesbian? Are all lesbians gay? Probably.
You look like Jack Osborne when he was a bit younger there.
I'm fucking really mad about the shape of my hair. I think I'm like in that awkward stage. I'm trying to grow it long, but I didn't have the patience for it.
Your hair? Look at the fucking Lego on mine.
Oh, I know, but I'm just used to yours. But that, dear. Yeah, I don't like that picture. But that was a cool event. That was when we played it. It was some sort of clothes shop, wasn't it?
Yep, it was called Pulp.
Yep, they asked us to come and play probably for people to laugh at, and it worked. But yeah, it's quite a good photo. That actually, I quite like that one. Despite the lesbianism, yeah, 100%. Okay, next up, I've got us on a night out again in the Hive. God. There's so many questionable hairstyles there. I'm actually quite glad Kenny Beards is under a hat. What was he like with that bleach blonde?
Oh my God.
Absolutely terrible.
So Kenny, it was one night we were in, where were we? I think we were in Wales. I made him some super noodles. And I put, just to give it some extra flavour, I put an entire stock cube in. And for some reason, it didn't sit right with him, and he was fucking ill. So Kenny, if you're watching, I'm sorry about the stock cube, sir.
Sorry about the stock cube.
I really am.
Well, do you remember the argument I had with Kenny when he tried to question putting onion in a curry? We were poor and I'm bulking this. I had to walk up to your flat, remember? I was that mad.
You were fuming. I got a message
Fucking
for you,
legend.
right? It's honestly, it was like a comedy sketch. He says, who the fuck doesn't put a fucking onion in a curry? And I was like, start for the start. And you're like, I'm making a curry and Kenny's not wanting onions in it. I fucking hate it.
I think it would be safe to say that looking back, that was more of a straw that broke the camel's back moment rather than like, it wasn't about the onion. He'd been living in my flat for like 3-4 months and I was just fucking sick of him. Loved the guy, but couldn't live with him. I just couldn't live with him. I couldn't live with many people, to be fair. So it's me, not him, to be honest.
Kenny, if this episode makes its way to you, love you. You've done a fucking shit ton for our band. We wouldn't have done half of this stuff if it wasn't for you. And I also want to say, I fucking loved your Parkway Drive trousers. That mind these joggers. I bet you've still got them. You fucking haven't. Didn't lie to us because I know you've still got them.
He's sitting on his sofa wherever he is now in those joggers, listening to this podcast and hopefully having a good old chuckle. I actually quite like that photo. I look steaming in it, but I do like the photo. We had some cracking nights out, didn't we?
Just for anybody watching, Kenny in the front, that's him standing next to his now wife,
Correct.
who we played them down the aisle, didn't we?
We did. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fuck, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. We sang a City in Colour song, played them down the aisle at their wedding. So that was a cracking thing to do, actually.
That was cool.
I was going to say I'll never forget that, but I clearly had until you reminded me. So thanks for reminding me. But yeah, that was really cool. I loved doing that.
Also, Kenny, I don't think I've seen you since that day.
We haven't seen him since that day.
That's crazy, man. We love you. We want to see you again, man. Fucking hell, get in touch.
7 years or something like that.
7 years. 7 years.
Mentally.
Oh,
Depressing.
man. Yep.
Depressing. Right, next up, here's the boys playing in, this is in Manchester in another clothing shop.
That's the Arndale, is it not?
Arndale Shopping Centre in the Trafford. Oh, wait, was it Trafford Centre? Arndale. I think it's the Arndale. Is that the same?
I think so.
I don't know.
Possible.
Anyway, it's a shopping centre in Manchester.
What's that hat?
And,
oh, my God.
I kind of like you in that hat, man. I was actually going to say that you quite suited that.
I might look that hat out.
And then the
covered
covered heroes of us.
Tell me about it. Fuck it. Man.
That was cool. That was a good memory. We did an acoustic tour. Remember, we went and played 3 different pulp shops in different towns. We went to Liverpool, Manchester, and Birmingham, I'm pretty sure. Do you remember the Birmingham one was the time that Mickey drove our van up through the pedestrian precinct?
Oh my God.
It was like 5 p.m, like work kicking out time, and he's trying to drive this fucking shit little Vauxhall van. We'd upgraded to a van at that point, but it was tiny and terrible. And we're just getting roared at by all these people because we're driving through a pedestrian precinct.
Can you remember what we done?
Shaking, man.
I don't know if you were there with me, but we just got a jacket and just hid under it. So
I was there with you. I was right there in the back seat. It was terrible. Good times though.
Great.
Yeah, a couple more for you. This is probably not the best podcast to listen to on audio, but never mind. I only picked this one because I think the fact that our friendship has survived that hairstyle from me means a lot to me, man. Thanks for never giving up on me.
I like it. I quite like it.
I thought it was cool too. Should I get it back? Am I told for it now?
No, I liked when you had a wee blonde bit coming out your fringe. I liked that. But
coming up and saying,
check the neck of me. What made me think I could have that stubble with that haircut? Fucking
you're like 95% hair in that picture, eh?
No fucking hell, man.
That's
terrible.
Hair, eyes, and teeth. Here's a more recent one. Look at us improving with age. Do you see that?
I love how you say recent. It's still like 8 years ago.
I said more recent. I've got a recent one in a minute. Do you remember who that guy is next to me?
No.
It was just some random American guy that we just befriended.
Oh, yes, we made him buy us drinks all night. That was a good time.
I know, when I say befriended.
Aye.
Yeah,
but he looked like he had money, and he did.
Look, he's smiling. He looks like he's having a good time. And then last one, a bit more recent, but look at us. That's what we look like now, isn't it? And when you go back, right, who would have thought that those two
fucking hell
would actually end up looking pretty respectable.
Yeah, I reckon
I'm
that
pleased.
we could get into a public toilet without getting looked at funny now.
They probably wouldn't even put us in the disabled. They'd probably let us go into the one for the normal people. 15 years.
I've got one last one for you, right? And
okay.
The reason I've saved this till last, right, is because none of yous told me. Like, it's not like I was a scary guy, but none of yous told me this until after the fact, right? After the fact. And I don't know why. Yeah. So there we are on stage playing some of the biggest shows we've ever played, right? And you've got all these girls in the front row. And I don't know why there's girls in the front row looking at fucking us, right?
It's going to be.
So I'm giving a powerhouse vocal, and they're singing back. It's fucking great. And I go to put my hand up, and it goes from them going, yay, to ooh. Right. In those days, I never knew about manscaping, right? And I used to wear my jeans pretty low. And it turned out that my pubic
pretty high as well.
Pretty high as well, eh? It turned out my pubic thatch just fucking jumped right at the top of my jeans every time I'd done this, right? It was like a fucking afro, right? And I never noticed this until, like, I'd maybe get sent a video by a fan or something like that. They'd say, oh, yous were great. I got this video of yous. I'd be watching it going, oh, that's actually pretty. Oh, yeah, fucker, what's that? It looked like a fucking hedgehog. Honestly, it looked like Don King was popping his head up through my fucking jeans. Terrible. So thanks for telling me.
I mean, how do you tell someone that? Like, if you didn't know that you needed to keep yourself a wee bit more kept. It's not I thought you maybe just like to look like that. I don't know.
Were you manscaping back then? Was that a thing?
Oh, I've been manscaping since I was about 18.
You've been hair free since 93, yeah.
I reckon I first shaved the old boy when I was about 16.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Fucking hell.
Probably about that, yeah.
I've probably done it 5 years into the band. For the first time.
Fuck. And we all knew when you had.
That must have been taking folks' eye out in the front.
It must have been quite the distraction. Imagine how many record deals your thatch must have cost us over the years. Probably.
No, I'm sorry.
The boy for Universal is probably up the back on the phone, like, these guys are good, by the way. I'm gonna sign them. Starts drafting the contract, and then Bo puts his hand up for the last song, and out comes this thatch.
Out comes the hedgehog.
Scrap it. Scrap the lot. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was a good laugh.
I'm sure if you scour YouTube, type in a day overdue, I'm sure you'll find a muff somewhere. Fuck.
I'd say that's a dead set. But yeah, on that note, thanks very much for watching and listening once again. I enjoyed that. It was good going down memory lane. Maybe we do a wee bit more of that. Definitely. Over the years. We've got another couple of 5-star reviews on Spotify this week, so thank you very much.
Keep them coming, guys.
People watching on YouTube as well, so thank you. Just keep subscribing. Well, don't keep subscribing. Subscribe once and then just, there's no point in doing it again. But yeah, send it around. We love doing this. We're going to keep doing it regardless, but it'd be nice if get some more people watching and listening. So all the best. Hope you have a good week, and we'll see you next time right here.
See ya
on Broken News. What a fucking cuddle that was. I'll salvage it.